Hello everyone, this is my first video on my channel speaking English. In this video, I will be talking about callbacks in JavaScript and I will be trying to explain it in the best way. So before hitting straight inside the point of callbacks, let me first of all show you my file structure. So here I have index.html and script.javascript. So in index.html, here I don't have any code of logic. I only here imported the script to JavaScript while I have imported because here I need to do my JavaScript tests on my browser using the console here. And let me go there. And before talking about callbacks, let me talk generally. Everything invented inside any programming language invented for a reason. So, like callbacks here invented for solving two problems, the problem of reusability and the problem of asynchronous code handling. Before talking about those and explaining them or talking about what is callback, let me first of all take in this example. So here, let me zoom in. So here I have two functions. I have first of all function called display. It takes value as a parameter, then it's console log the value. And here I have a function called calculator, which its main role to doing calculation for two numbers provided by the user, number one and number two. And if I need to try this, let me first of all calling the display function, which its rule will be printing the sum. And to let JavaScript know and see my functions, I should invoke my function. So here I will invoke my function and giving the function two parameters, number one and number two. So for number one, let me give it like a value of five, number two, a value of five. And to test the values, as I told you, I have imported the script here inside of my index.html file to set the values on the console. So as we can see here, I can see 10 how JavaScript handles this. JavaScript is an interpreted programming language. It translates code line by line. So it's and like started by going inside of index.html. It sees the script. After that, it goes to the script doing line by line translation. So it's here found this display, found this, and it here found the invoke of my calculator function. So it understands that the programming is trying to call a function called my calculator, and he passes two values, 5 and 5. So let me do the logic of it. So, okay, like the programmer store a variable called sum, and sum equals to number one plus number two. And after that, call the display function, and it calls the display function, which its rule to console.log value, so it's 10. But to be honest, this code, like, it's not a very clean code. It's called harded code. As how long as you scale in your project, you will repeat the things. Like if I have another function called alert, and it also receives a value from the user, and it tries to alert the value. So what I will do here, I will do calling it here and giving it the sum as a value. And to see here, it alert 10. Also, if I need another thing, I will keep like creating new functions and keeping like duplicate this until my project will be very huge. So can we solve this? Maybe someone will think that we can handle it by different way, like let this function only its major root to return the sum. Okay, we will return the sum. And what we'll do after that, you can do like this function will return a value, right? Right. So we will store the value in a variable. Let me like call it like val. Let val equal to this value, which it will return from this function. After that, I will apply this function logic on it. So what I will do display value and a display value, and to see the output, here, wait, array alert is going infinity. Wait, okay, okay, let me like trying here and open my live server. Okay, and see my console, I will see it printed 10. And for those guys, this is not from JavaScript, this is from my extension, which I have installed inside of my project called Live Server to let you keep a hot reload. Without reloading, it reload by its own and output the value you would like to see. So okay, that seemed good. And alert also is the same thing, but also the issue stays. How the issue stays, like you are also here, you invoked a function, then another function, then another function. You will keep repeating the function. So does there any pattern or concept could solve this? Yeah. Why not to think like to put the function as a parameter and to call this function callback as call back. I will call you back after doing the mathematic operation. I will call you back, I promise. So what we can go here is only to do the callback, and inside of it, we will do the sum. And look for the magic. The magic is you will invoke the function like this. So you here passes it accepted three params, number one, number two, and the function you would like to apply its logic on this function. So first of all, we will pass five, and display function. So as you can see here, we haven't said here display. We said callback. So I haven't tell JavaScript my calculator main rule is to do the display. It's like now become general and reusable. I can use this function as reusable for display, for alert, for any new function. So here we provided five display. So what it will do here? JavaScript will see this. Okay, five sum is 10, and callback. What is callback? It's display. It will call display and passes its parameter. And as you see here, it prints here 10. Also, if I would do the same logic for the alert, it will be handled like this. So this is one of the most important benefit of callback concept in JavaScript, as it makes your code more reusable. You can use the same function for different tasks. As here, the same function I used for different tasks. Like task was to console log the value, and the second task was to alerting the value. And if I need to create a new task, I will just keep repeating. And this is a clean code. I haven't invoked said value equals to display and invoke display here again. No. You only the same function used for any function. So this is the first benefit of callback functions, which it's used for reusable. Let me talk about another benefit for callbacks, which we will use with asynchronous code. So as we have seen in the previous example about callback, callback is a principle like you passes a function for another function as an argument. So as we see here, we passes the first param as number, the second param as number, and the third param or argument as a function. And while we have done this, we done this because we want to make a single function, and that function could be used with any function. Like here, we use with display, we can use with alert instead of removing this and handling for display and doing for alert sum and keep repeating your code. So let's start our continue about the other thing. And the other thing is for callback. Let me go here. Okay. We saw this example. Okay. So to talk about examples, example two, here we use callbacks to handle the asynchronous operation. So here I have two functions. I have function called fetch data simulation, which is accept another function as a parameter. We call callback. And its role is to console log fetching data and applying another function called set timeout, which set timeout in JavaScript using for execution code after amount of time. Like here, I put 2000 milliseconds, which means 2 seconds. After 2 seconds, please apply this code. And I have this function called display user data, and it accepts user data provided from the user, and it console log it. So to apply and use callback principle here, we will do this. So we will call the fetch simulation, and fetch simulation will accept another function as an argument, and it will accept the display user data. Which this function will only mirror to print the user data. So here it will print fetching data. So wait, let me like run it inside of my browser here. I should run my server again inside of my console. Okay, I will see first of all it applies, let me reload. It first apply fetching data. Then it takes 2 seconds and prints the user object. So let's explain the code. First of all, JavaScript sees this function called fetch simulation. So it's understand, hey, the programmer is trying to invoke a function called fetch data simulation. And the programming passing a callback function called display user data here as an argument. So let's start doing the logic. So first of all, let us fetch the data. So it will console.log data. And this function called asynchronous function or asynchronous code, as it takes here much time. And we know that JavaScript is an interpreted language. It run it like doing compiling line by line. So it combines this, then this. This will take time. It won't like keep pending on this. It will execute the other code, and when this will be executed, it will come back to it. So it will first of all console.log fetching data as we saw here. Then after 2 seconds, it declared a constant called data, and inside of the call data, it invokes another function which it's called back the display user data, and it will display the user data as we saw here. So fetching data, then it prints the user data. Also, another example for callbacks, it used with array methods, map, filter, reduce, as we call them in JavaScript, high order functions. What is high order functions? They are functions or methods for iterables like array. They accept a function as a parameter, and the function as parameter we talked previously, it's called callback. So what the map will do here, map will take a callback function, and this callback function will take a parameter, and the parameter will be acting like every single element of the array. So for this code, what this code will do, so I told it store numbers dot map every number in the array, multiply it by 2, then print me it like it will print 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 as we saw here. So we here use callback function as another example with high order functions. High order functions, we call them high order functions as they accept callback as a function. So we have three examples about callback. So let us talk about callback again. So callback, I promise you that I will call you back after I finish my work. As we saw in asynchronous example, it waits 2 seconds for the set timeout and it executed the code. Callback is a function passed an argument to another function. As we saw, you create a function, and you this method or a function you passes another function as a parameter for it. And key features of callback reusability, as we saw, you keep scanning in your project without affecting the cleanliness of your code, and asynchronous, you can run a function after task is completing. So I hope you guys you understand the topic, and see you in the next video.